The other week, I was invited to an event to check out Spatialos in action. This is the tech developed by Improbable that's being used to power the Steam Early Access title Scavengers. Spatialos touts some pretty interesting capabilities in terms of player counts and scale. According to Improbable, Spatial is an operating system that can create vast worlds, much bigger than those in current massively multiplayer online games, with more characters, flora, and pure square mileage of playable space. Now, Scavengers is sponsoring this video, thanks to them for that. You may find some more information in the description below. But the video itself isn't about the core game of Scavengers. Rather, I'll be talking about the tech that powers it, because that's what was on display here. I wasn't playing Scavengers, I was at an event in the Scavengers client that showcased Spatialos.
People are starting to pour in.
Oh, I see. Wow, that counter is going so fast. I cannot even watch it.
To be more specific, I was invited to a digital K-pop concert. Now, you guys know how much of a K-pop fan I am. Okay, it's not exactly my cup of tea, but that's fine. I've got no problem with it. And the interesting part for me wasn't the music or the fandom, although Alexa seems like a nice enough lady. No, I was interested in the player count. You see that number in the upper right-hand corner. Well, throughout the course of the video, it keeps climbing higher. At the very start of the event, there were just a couple of hundred people that dropped in, but eventually it reached and peaked at just over 1,400 players, all of which hanging out in a relatively small space, and from what I saw, had no hit on the performance. Then that's what I found interesting in this whole thing. There were over 1,400 players in one area, all moving around, doing different sorts of actions without any rubber banding or obvious lag to speak of that impacted the experience. Now, that said, there wasn't much in the terms of like gameplay available. Like this wasn't a game, it was an event within a game. Like I mentioned, we could move our characters around, we could jump and slide down the incline of the stage area, or the bleachers, I guess, whatever we want to call them. There were a number of pads we could also launch off of, propelling our characters into the air. And along with that, there was an emote wheel that included various, what I'll just assume are K-pop concert themed actions we could partake in. Like we could take selfies, there were a few different dance moves, as well as a wave, 2 different colors of glow stick. And there were also some, let's just call them event coordinators here. They would occasionally ask everyone in the area to perform some action simultaneously.
Select the pink glow stick and wave it around.
Like everyone wave their glow sticks or jump or dance at the same time. At one point, they even asked us all to run down to the center stage just so they could laugh at us for not being able to.
Join us. Oh yeah, we forgot about the force field, right?
That was super funny. After 15 minutes, the event actually officially started. There was a short clip that played, and then Alexa appeared on stage. She chatted with the crowd for a bit and then began the virtual concert. Now, besides playing some songs, a few other things happened throughout the duration of what was like another 30 to 40 minutes. The platforms would start moving around, and they would rotate and also rearrange themselves in different combinations and rotate in different directions. They would even like change their incline. That was kind of neat to see. There were several color swaps as well, with the lighting changing in the entire environment. And then at one point, everyone is actually able to join on the center stage, and this was really cool given just the sheer number of players, all of which were stacked on top of each other. In fact, throughout the entire event, like I said, what I found the most interesting was just the scale and then the subsequent lack of performance issues. The fact that there were just over 1,400 live, real players all doing stuff at the same time, and the fact that it ran super smoothly was really neat to see. Now, there have been a few other events like this that were all focused on showcasing Spatialos within Scavengers. They called these in particular the Scav Lab. There was one event earlier in the year that let players participate in these competitions and races, like they could slide down mountains, collect data points, and they were even took part in this massive scale battle with like thousands of enemies being spawned in. That event in fact, actually surpassed over 4,000 live players, which was really, really cool to see in action. And this event was really neat to see as well. I mean, being a part of something where there were over 1,000 players, again, around 1,400 players all in one space, was really, really neat. Now, I don't know that a virtual concert is something that I necessarily care to attend on a regular basis. Not exactly up my alley, but I did think it did a decent job of showcasing what the spatial OS tech is capable of, and I am mostly interested to see how that is applied to more fully fleshed out game experiences. You know, anything that promises to deliver a larger scale in virtual worlds, I find intriguing, whether that's a larger scale of players or even just the environment. Like, that kind of stuff is really cool and really interesting to me. And seeing these kind of tech displays here is just, it's neat, I guess. There's, again, 1,400 people at a virtual concert. That is one thing, but getting to see 1,400 people in like an actually fully put together game experience, that is completely another. And that is more so what being part of this whole thing, what interests me the most. So hopefully we'll be seeing more and hearing about this tech in the future. Thank you again to Scavengers for inviting me and for sponsoring this video. Again, if you guys are interested and you want to learn more, you can check out the game in the description below. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thanks so much for joining me to check this stuff out. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you in the next one.